Alright guys, we are aware that Tinubu have appointed the new INEC chairman, but now some angry Nigerians have come out to issue warning to this new INEC chairman that he should better know what he's doing, because the last INEC chairman, he is 10 years, left only bad legacies in the INEC and also in our electoral process. So they issued warning on this new INEC. Just take a listen and let me go to your views in the comment section.
Congratulations to the newly appointed INEC chairman, Professor Joash Ojo Amukpiton, SAN, from Ijumu local government area of Kogi State. Our dear Professor Amukpiton, SAN, sir, you are welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having us. It's good as you come. So, Professor Amukpiton, a lot they on ground. A lot they go on. So you are very, very welcome. Professor Amukpiton, the people will appoint you as INEC chairman. It gets many reasons why they pick you to head the agency. A lot went into the decision to finally reach say now you go head that agency. Because even the president will go don't appoint you as INEC chairman, he go be player, a big contestant for the match where you go be referee. So you see as it be now, a lot of interest go there where they go expect say you go service. So we understand all of those optics. But our dear Professor Amukpiton, on behalf of Nigerian people, we they tell you say the choice is yours to decide which line to toe or which legacy to build. Whether to stand on the part of the Nigerian people, to serve your country with the fear of God and for the betterment of this country, or you go come to protect the interest of criminal politicians in power who are only interested in capturing power for the sake of power and their selfish interest, and will stop at nothing to destroying this nation just to hijack that power. It is up to you. Our dear Professor Amukpiton, the agency where you don't come to head so is a cesspool of corruption. In fact, the agency is the direct weapon fashioned against Nigerians moving forward. INEC and the Nigerian judiciary. Your immediate predecessor, the professor of glitches, Mahmoud Yakubu, has left a 10-year legacy of glitches and electoral banditry. So the agency is filled with landmines and all forms of corruption where you go need to attend to. A lot there on ground where you go need to start to look into, because we know say as you don't come, your first speech, you go talk say you will address this, you will reform this, you will improve this. Super story. Professor Mahmoud talk all those tales by moonlight tire. He do pass this one. At the end of 10 years, waiting happen. Now glitches, they follow and they go. So Professor Amukpiton, we Nigerians, we welcome you with open hearts and with open arms. A lot is on ground for you to address. List of political parties where INEC don't refuse to register. Pending legal cases. Electoral reform going on. The use of electronic technology. When Mahmoud promised say he will reduce human interference, only to become the major human interference. It is up to you, Professor Amukpiton. We just want to charge you as a concerned people and as Nigerians. Say at the end of your administration, because your time starts now, it can end in Thanksgiving. But my major and last charge to you as we welcome you be say, I will charge you from your own first name, Joash. That name, Joash, is the name of one of the youngest kings in the Bible. King Joash became king of Judah at the age of 7 years. But before becoming king, there was an attempt to kill him when he was smaller by his own grandmother, the powerful Queen Athaliah. But somehow he survived because he was saved by the person who was nursing him. And he became king and ruled under the guidance of Jehoiada. He did very well when he was under the guidance of Jehoiada. When Jehoiada died, Joash decided to turn away from the way of God, turn away from his reforms and start to follow the things of the world. Waiting happened, he began to fail. And at the end, he was killed, assassinated by his own officials. Professor Joash Amukpiton, you can decide to be the King Joash of the Bible. You can decide to serve the Nigerian people with the fear of God and to make sure you write your name in gold, that you help this country to move forward, because a lot is at stake. And we promise you that if you stand with the Nigerian people and do the right thing and uphold the rule of law at all times, it will end in Thanksgiving. But if you decide to protect the interests of criminal elements in public office who are only interested in power for the sake of power, then the gods and the people will reject you. But until then, we welcome you. You go to hear from us. My name na Peter for Nigeria. I no get work. Now will not be our work. My only work is for Nigeria to better. So you go to hear from us steady. Make you not think say we dey fight you. No, we dey fight the enemies of Nigeria so that this country go better. Congratulations to you and your beloved wife, Dr. Yemisi Olukpitson, and your entire family. We pray and hope that you succeed, because when you succeed, Nigeria succeeds. My name is Peter for Nigeria.
Hello, everyone. It's breaking news. A new INEC chairman has been announced by Tinubu. Of course, you all know who Tinubu is, someone who rigged his way into office and got himself, sworn in. And with, of course, INEC helping out in ensuring that the results that were supposed to have been transmitted by INEC were never transmitted. Beyond the fact that results were not transmitted by INEC, was also the fact that there were some results were uploaded on where you could see the cancellation of number of votes that Labour Party got being put it at another place and all manner of things. But anyway, that's water under the bridge. The former INEC chairman, who is now former after almost 10 years, he got into office in 2015. And this is something that people never think about, that everything has an end, even life itself. And so no matter how long you stay in a place, it's just going to be one day you're out of that place. What would really matter is not how much you made, it's not what you did or whatever, it's about your legacy. What legacy did you leave that Nigerians will remember you by, and Nigerians, yet unborn will be able to remember you? For me, I have just one simple test, which is if 100 years after being in office, you really are not remember, then ask yourself, were you really in office? It's not about the people of them praising you. But anyway, the former INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, is out of the way, and now Tinubu has announced a new one. And Bayo Onanuga has this as State House press release. It says National Council of State unanimously approves appointment of Professor Amupiton as INEC chairman. One of the things that a lot of citizens have been demanding for is that a president should not have the capacity to be able to appoint who becomes an INEC chairman. In looking at the Constitution, sometimes maybe you see the fact that there are things that are put in and looking at it from the point of view that the people in the country will have a bit of sense. But unfortunately, we don't have sense. All of us in Nigeria, we're just sitting down like dummies while they're treating us anyhow, they're using us anyhow, they're using our heads. Because the way it is, even though you do a nomination, you still have to go to the National Assembly for them to do a confirmation. So what that then means is that if, for example, the president, nominates someone who is not very effective, or who is not, who doesn't have the required leadership characteristics, who doesn't have competence, character, capacity, or whatever it is to be in that position, then you have the National Assembly is able to say, no, we are not going to confirm this person. Go and bring another nominee before we confirm. But hey, what we have in Nigeria is that the National Assembly seems to be in the pocket of whoever it is that is president, so they don't have that independence that they're supposed to have. And I mean, the National Assembly, state houses of assembly, are supposed to be the activists in government, the advocates in government, the coconut heads in government. I always say, hey, why are you doing this? Hey, this. But unfortunately, we don't have that. Where we are having more like a retirement home for looters. The National Council of State has approved the nomination of Professor Joe Amupitan San from the North Central as the new chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Bola Ahmed Tinubu presented Amupitan as the nominee to fill the vacant position following Professor Mahmood Yakubu's exit. Yakubu served from October 2015 till October 2025. That's for a whole 10 years. He did 2 presidential elections, yet what would Mahmood be remembered for this opportunity that he had? Tinubu told the council that Amupita is the first person from Kogi, North Central State, nominated to occupy the position and is apolitical. Council members unanimously supported the nomination, with Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo describing Amupita as a man of integrity. In compliance with the constitution, Tinubu will now send Amupita's name to the Senate for screening. And so this is where I talked about, where the National Assembly comes into this whole thing. If, for example, the person that is chosen is one that is not fit for the job, then they should have the capacity to reject it. And so that sort of makes it balanced, even though, yes, the president nominates, but there's a final say that belongs to someone. But it's just unfortunately for us in Nigeria, the way our things seem to be done, everything just is upside down. Even when you put, what do I call them, the mechanism in place to checkmate a lot of things, there's just loopholes that people find, and they just abuse those loopholes. And especially a situation whereby people really don't understand the kind of political power that they have. For example, the Senate that houses a lot of former governors right now and all that, or what have you, they don't seem to understand the power that they have, and they're allowing themselves to just be used as rubber stamp. The last assembly was rubber stamp assembly. This one is even worse than rubber stamp assembly. Amopitan, 58, his age 58, that is quite young, from Ayetoro-Gbede, Ijumu local government area in Kogi State. He's a professor of law in the University of Jos Plateau. He's also an alumnus of the university. He specializes in company law, law of evidence, corporate governance, and privatization law. He became a senior advocate of Nigeria in September 2014. Amopita was born on April 25, 1967. After completing primary and secondary education, he attended Kwara State Polytechnic Ilori from 1982 to 1984 and the University of Jos from 1984 to 1987. He was called to the bar in 1988. He earned an LLM at UNI Jos in 1993 and PhD in 2007. Amid an academic career that began in 1983 following his National Youth Service at the Bauchi State Publishing Corporation in Bauchi State 1988 to 1989. Currently, he serves as the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration at the University of Jos, a position he holds in conjunction with the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council of Joseph Ayo Babalola University in Osun State. Among the academic positions he has held at UNIJOS are Chairman of the Committee of Deans and Director 2012 to 2014, Dean of the Faculty of Law 2008 to 2014, and the Head of Public Law 2006 to 2008. Outside of academics, Amopita serves as the board member of the Integrated Diaries Limited in VOM, a member of the Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies Governing Council, and a member of the Council of Legal Education 2008 to 2014, among other roles. He was a board member of Reese Oil Limited, Abuja, 1996 to 2004. Amopita is the author of many books on law, such as Corporate Governance, Models and Principles, Documentary Evidence in Nigeria, Evidence Law, Theory and Practice in Nigeria, Principles of Company Law, and an Introduction to the Law of Trust in Nigeria. He is married and has 4 children. So this is all there is to this. But this is what someone interestingly had to say. He said, this is Stephen Osemegi, said, Kogi and Kwara are the only 2 North Central states with significant Yoruba population. With the records of nepotism in this Tinubu's regime, we are not surprised he has gone to Kogi. The resume of the professor is impressive, but our problem is not CV. Furthermore, the governor of Kogi, Usman Ododo, has very little credibility to vouch for him. He went on to say, and a lot of things that people are saying, that they still got a Yoruba from the North Center. But hey, whatever it is, this is it. And for me, one of the places that we really need to put our attention on is actually the National Assembly. We must ensure we are putting people there who have the courage to stand for Nigeria, the advocates, the activists in government. must be those who are at the National Assembly and State Houses of Assembly. Thank you so much for watching.
Because this new INEC chairman is among the APC camp that ran in the last election. So he was among those that helped APC to win the election. So what's the guarantee that he's not going to be worse than the former INEC chairman? These are the questions that people are asking. What is the guarantee that this man is going to do well in the next election? What is the guarantee that this man is going to change our electoral process to become a better and reasonable one that will actually give people who they want? What is the guarantee? Because this same person was chosen by the president that want to still run in the next election, that want to remain in seat for 8 good years. So how do we think, or how can we foretell that this person is the right INEC chairman for Nigeria? But by the way, time is going to tell. Time is going to tell. Because the former INEC chairman for 10 good years to conducted 2 elections, and the 2 of them, there was not like free and fair election. There was glitch, there was rigging, there was many things that happened in that election. So what is the guarantee that this new one is going to do something different? So people are asking that question, and people are warning this man, better do the right thing. Better do the right thing, because we are shouting of electoral reform. Is this man going to give us a free and fair election come 2027? Will he make sure that every vote will count come 2027? These are the major questions we need to be asking ourselves. But all the thing about the video you've watched, and you get your views in the comments. I'll be back in my next video.